talk one-on-one with BYU head football coach Kalani Sitake about several things. Obviously previewing the game against UAB, a weather update, and how's the health of this BYU football team after they were notably banged up after the USC game, and what an 11th win would mean for the legacy of this 2021 squad. Here is my one-on-one with BYU head football coach Kalani Sitake, All Access BYU Sports Nation from Shreveport. Coach, this is the third time we've had a Sitake on BYU Sports Nation this week. You early to talk about your contract extension and the bowl game, and then Fessy to discuss more of what his role is going to be, and now you're back again. So apparently it's Sitake week. You cool with that?
Yeah, well, I have to come back because before it was really dark, the lighting wasn't the best, which is my best look, by the way. But no, I'm glad to be back with you guys. You guys know how I feel about you.
The witness protection program look, is that what we were going for?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I don't know why I bothered to shave that morning.
Oh, good stuff. Well, here we are in the Independence Bowl in Shreveport, Louisiana. Mild temperatures. We'll talk about the weather in a moment, but how would you describe the bowl experience here for you and your team thus far?
Oh, we've had a great time, and you know, we looked at this being a goal for us, meaning that do well enough to play that extra game and you know, send the seniors out the right way, and even though we don't have a bunch of them, but any of the guys that this is going to be their last moment on the field, we want to make sure that you know, we spend time with them and hang out with them, and really get to thank the families of our coaches and staff, and also the families of our players. So this is a good moment for us, and it doesn't hurt having the extra practices for our development, but really excited about this game and this matchup with UAB, and then the Independence Bowl has taken really good care of us, and the hospitality has been amazing. So looking forward to playing this game.
So I'm hearing that there was a trivia game the other night that got pretty intense, and there was some drama, but the BYU guys brought home the belt. Were you there for that? If not, what did you hear about that?
I was there for that, and I don't know. I don't know how it all works, but I know we're not very good at Madden as a team, but for some reason we could throw axes really well, and the trivia stuff, I think it worked out well. I think Fessy was in the winning team at the end, which works out. So whenever that guy's around trivia, it usually helps us out.
People are really interested about your relationship with him. We saw a good deal of that and a good taste of it in our Deep Blue feature. But let's talk about Fessy and what he has meant to the development of the wide receivers in the offense under Aaron Roderick.
Yeah, he's amazing. And this is, you know, his relationship with me it's one thing. Growing up together and me being his big brother, but and then, you know, me and TJ being able to help raise him, and that's been always we have always been close because of that. But it's it's seeing him grow as a football player under you know, when we recruited him, Aaron Roderick was his coach, and so he was his first college coach, and then Ed Lamb was there to finish it up, and then he was a GA, and then now we see how things have happened in his coaching career. And so to have him here with A-Rod's again in a different sense, I think it's a good compliment to how A-Rod works with people, but also that lasting impression that he's had with everyone. I've been his friend since we were players, you know, here at BYU. So we have that great connection, that great relationship. But to see A-Rod extended to everyone, including Fessy, has been really nice to see. Allows the people to grow and get better, and I know he's always looking to have others help him out, and I give a lot of credit to A-Rod nurturing that relationship with Fessy and allowing Fessy to grow in his new role.
I'm looking at what the wide receiver room and the offense in general brought in on signing day, and I said this to Fessy, but the theme is speed, and it just seems like more and more speed is coming into that room. How have Aaron and Fessy been able to recruit a different type of athlete to BYU to play that position?
Well, I think it's just their connection and seeing, you know, how those skills could work for our offense. I think it gets them a little bit excited. You see the, you know, with Fessy and A-Rod running the show, I don't think we should ever see a drop off. And I'm making a statement here in the receiver room and the quarterback room. So I plan on having those two guys keep those rooms loaded and with talent. And you can see how the receivers are performing now, even when guys go down, how well guys step up. I think Keanu's been the one that to step up and make plays. And the way Fessy and A-Rod control their position groups has been a lot of fun. And when the offense is rolling, it helps the whole team.
Let's talk running backs now as we move away from the wide receiver room. Lopini Katoa announces officially yesterday that he's coming back for another year to BYU. What does the return of Lopini for one more year do for BYU football in that running backs group?
Yeah, it gives us stability. I mean, we all obviously know what he can do, and when he's healthy, he can roll. And so it allows us to use him in a lot of different places, too. I mean, he's got tons of talent. He can play a lot of different positions. He catches the ball well out of the backfield. He runs great routes, and so we'll be able to use him in a lot of different places. So it's nice to have the weapons come back. Imagine if we had all those weapons from last year. So if you have more eligibility, it'd be really cool for you guys to come back. now Lopini can help recruit the others.
That's what I was going to say. Like, does that move help with Tyler and maybe Gunner and some others?
Yeah, I expect him to follow through. If he wants, if he wants a fully loaded team, then I expect him to get to work.
I love that. We're with BYU head coach Kalani Sitake at the Independence Bowl in Shreveport, Louisiana. When you look at what this game means to the 2021 BYU football season, how will this game impact the legacy of what's already been a remarkable year for BYU football?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a sad day anyways, because we're going to have to say goodbye to some players, and it's just a lot easier to say goodbye with a win, but I'm not really worried about that as much as I am just us showing up and playing at our best and staying loose. And that's my job as head coach, to make sure our guys are ready to go. And I like what I saw from practice yesterday. We've had a lot of practice. It's been a long stretch since we last played. And we've had some guys get healthy and some guys get banged up, but because we practice a certain way, we play a lot of 11-on-11 football, and that's the way for us to get better. And I've seen some improvement. I've seen a lot of things progress as a team for us, and I'd like to see that happen, in our game against UAB.
You mentioned the guys, a few being banged up, and the physicality of the season. I mean, it's such a battle of attrition just to stay healthy. It's been 3 weeks since you played against USC. You were notably banged up coming out of that game. How's the health of your team overall after a little bit of rest?
Yeah, I feel like we're healthier, and probably the offensive side a lot healthier than we are on the defensive side. Although we've had a lot of guys on defense being able to come back and practice, it's been limited action. Some of the guys that we have, I think in Chaz is someone that's coming to mind right away, and then there's others that are still unable to go, Peyton Wilgar and Keenan Peely. But because the whole team is here, it's different because they're all here. They're at practices. They're helping mentor our guys. Even though they did that during the season, it's nice to have them here and consistently in the ear of our young guys, our defensive players. So we'll have some young contributors on defense. That's okay. The guys will make plays, and special teams will do well. And I think offensively, our guys will have more weapons than we've had before. So we'll see what happens.
How many times do you think you've discussed the word depth this season?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, now that I think about it, it's probably something that I say too much, but it's something that we're going to need to improve on as much as we can. I anticipate. I mean, there's moments in the game against USC where I'm like, oh, look who's on the field. It's just guys that you weren't expecting on helping you early in the season. But I give a lot of credit to the players and to the coaches for always being ready. And it's you like your depth to be really good, but you don't always want to test it. The unfortunate part is that we've had to test our depth quite a bit this year, and that's okay though. The guys are doing well, and I think that's going to help us going into the future for 22 season. 10
wins amidst all of those injuries. Impressive, to say the least. Now you try and get number 11 against a UAB team that is obviously motivated to be here. They get to play against the number 13 team in America. This is the highest-ranked team that's ever played in the Independence Bowl. Target on the back. What concerns you most about the matchup with the Blazers of UAB?
I mean, I think looking at the way they're coached, I have a lot of respect for Bill Clark, great coach, and that program. They've gone through some adversity they went away for a little while. The program was eliminated for a little bit, and so to have them come back and establish not just having a team ready to play, but a team that wins games. It's been impressive seeing them in the last few years, and especially under Bill Clark. I think they're going to be well coached at what we see on film. They do all the little things right, and so it's not going to be easy. But you know, it's a great test for us, and we've had the target on our back a lot of weeks this season. So I think this is a great opportunity for us to step up and see how we can match up against a team that's really hungry to play us. And don't be don't misunderstand me though. We're hungry too. We want to play this game, and we want to make sure that we show up at our best, and that's going to be the goal. I'm looking forward to the game. I think our guys will do well.
Now, take this for what it's worth, and I know you're super humble about all this and the contract extension, but from my perspective, it just seems like since you got locked back in, there has been this re-energizing, this resurgence, and almost like this unity and bonding that has happened around the team. How have you felt since that news became official and watching your team come together for the bowl game?
Well, that's how I feel too. You know, I mean, that during the last couple of weeks has been kind of you know, difficult. I think for me, it's to evaluate where we are as a program, where I am as a coach. But I started to realize that the more that kind of was getting strung along, I just felt like a lot of anxiety and stress on our players and our coaches, and so you know, didn't want them to worry about it, and definitely didn't want the fans to worry about it too, because I could sense that, and the energy needs to stay in the positive, and so I apologize for putting people through that, but I think in the end it's going to be beneficial for our program and beneficial for us going into the future. I think the players deserve the necessary resources and our staff and the support that we need in there to make it happen. I think we can do some really wonderful things. I think we've done some great things already, and it just be going against the schedule that we're going to see and going into the Big 12. Everything needs to be. We need to, you know, improve in a lot of different ways, and even Tom said it himself. And so it's nice to have that start working on that as soon as possible.
Coach, before you go, I need to ask you about the weather conditions. Rain is expected tomorrow. You're a fullback by nature. You told me before we started this interview, you're okay with that. How do you make all of the guys feel okay about rainy conditions in Shreveport if that comes to that?
Well, selfishly, I look better in the dark, as you can see from the last time I was on. But also, I look better wet and soaking wet. So, no, listen, it's a game. You know, we prepared the right way. I think we played with some practice with some wet balls just in case to focus on ball security, things like that. But you can't make too much of the weather. All you can do is prepare for it. The thing that we're going to look forward to is just showing up and playing our best. And the UAB has to play in the same weather as we do. So, listen, we had a nice preparation, bowl prep in the indoor. It felt really good the last couple of days of practice in some wet and some rain. That was a lot of fun.
Nice. Kalani, let's give you some karma for tomorrow's game. We appreciate you hanging out with us here in Shreveport. This is a cool setting.
Hey, appreciate all you guys do for us, and just want to send our love to the BYU fans. Thank you, Cougar Nation. Love you guys. Let's go have some fun one more time.
Thanks, Kalani.
All right. Go Cougs.